Hello everyone, welcome back to SethCool323 Gaming. I am SethCool323 Gaming. Crap, that was horrible. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a great day. There's bookshelves behind me to represent knowledge, although, honestly, I don't know. Today, we are doing more redstone, okay? This is the same world as before. These are all the things we learned last time. Today we're going to be learning about a few things you can do with the redstone we learned from last time. So, number one, we have an automatic bamboo farm. This also works for sugarcane. You can do similar things with pumpkins and melons as well. But basically, what this does is, as we learned last time, an observer detects motion in blocks. So if a bamboo were to grow up to right here on the observer, then it will detect it, and we have a line of redstone going down into this piston. And if you didn't know this, bamboo, if I were to break it here, then all of it above it would fall, but this would stay here. So basically, it just automatically pushes it. Now with bamboo, you can do it at any height. With sugarcane, you have to put it in a specific way, because bamboo can go really tall, but sugarcane cannot. So yeah, basically, if this ever reached there, it would push it and break the bamboo. Then there are ways to do this with just a hopper, like right where this end stone is, put a hopper there. But some of the bamboo gets stuck on the dirt. So what I like to do is have it, so this is all glass right here. As you can see, it's all glass, so it's only 1 block wide, but that means all of the bamboo falls into this dirt, and a hopper minecart can actually pick things up through a solid block. So if I go like this and I throw a piece of glass on, as I was saying, I forgot that was full. If you were to throw any block onto a block above a hopper minecart, it'll pick it up, just like it did there instantly, actually. And this hopper will pull it out of the hopper minecart and put it in the chest. So, just to show you an example, if I plug this up, it's very close to growing. If I do, as you can see, it detected it. It's growing again, and it broke all of it. And all of this bamboo is being transferred into our chest right here. And, this works as long as you're within, like, a few chunks of this. It'll work. You don't want to go too far away, like out of your render distance, because then the redstone stops working. But, yeah, that's one thing you can do with redstone that is actually really useful in survival. Okay, so for this next build, there's a lot that's hidden, but I'm going to show you how it works. So let's say you're just bored of your standard door, right? You don't want to just have this and just go like this. No, that's boring for you. Or even put a pressure plate in front of it. No, boring. What you want to do is a redstone piston door. So when you activate either of these pressure plates, the whole thing will trigger and it opens. Now, there are ways to make it go both ways, but this is just for demonstration purposes. And if you want to see the redstone behind it, here it is. So it's really simple. Underneath the pressure plates, there is redstone dust that is going into 2 blocks. It's basically mirrored on both sides. So this block has a redstone torch on it, and above that torch is a block with redstone on it. So the torch powers this redstone, goes around here, powers this block, this redstone right here, powers the piston, and then this repeater powers this redstone, which powers this piston. It's the same on both sides. There's sticky pistons, obviously, so it pulls and retracts the blocks too. And, yeah, basically, if you just step on it, it activates this, which will invert the redstone below us. All of the redstone attached to it is inverted, so now the pistons are not powered and they pull back. And that's basically a 2x2 piston door. If you wanted to do it on both sides, you would just link them both up to the same signal and then put these like right here, and it would work. Alright, our next and almost final example for this video of at least things you can do with redstone, just ignore that. This is a hidden base with a key. Now, you very well could make this a specific item with a name that activates it and no other item in the game does, but I'm not doing that right here because that is not basic redstone. This is episode 2 of the series. We're not doing that, okay? Basically, this looks like an innocent landscape, except that it's built in the middle of a desert, so it's really not, but just ignore that, okay? But if I were to take a grass block and throw it, I don't know, here? I don't know, here? There we go. As you can see, this just opened. So if we find the block again, I believe it is here. It sucks it up, and it lets us into our secret base that we can retrieve our items back from. Alright, guys, so this is actually a really simple build. You can build it yourself, okay? It looks complicated at first. Well, it might. It's not at all. This is like the simplest way you could possibly do it. So, under this, as we discussed, hopper minecarts can pull items right out from under a block. So this block right here, if you throw an item onto it, this will pick it up. It'll then be sucked up by these hoppers and go into this chest where you can later get your items. But what it also does is, since this has a comparator, it detects an item in this hopper. As you can see, there's nothing in this hopper at all, so this will stay closed unless one item goes through there. Then, it powers this line of repeaters, which gives you about like a 1 or 2 second delay. This is an inverter right here. It powers the piston, which then retracts this grass block and allows you to fall right through into your little base. Now, obviously, you would not build a structure like this in the middle of a desert. You would make it blend in more, and there's a lot of other things you could do, but they're kind of obvious, like that, and also build a bigger base down here. It's not really worth just hiding one chest. You could figure out how to make it makes the pulse longer. I forget what they're called at the moment. I'm having a brain fart. Basically it makes the pulse longer, so this will stay open a lot longer than just one tick. But yeah. Next, what we're going to be doing is showing a few different clocks, redstone clocks that allow things to get a redstone signal repeatedly, infinitely, most of them. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, our first clock, and I'm not gonna get too close because I know how annoying it is, but this is the 2 repeater. This is a very glitchy clock. As you can see, it goes so fast that these 2 pistons the 2 diamond blocks cannot keep up with the pistons. It's very glitchy, but it does look like the diamond blocks are bouncing, which is kind of cool. Okay, next we have the 4 repeater. This is slower, but it's way less glitchy. As I'm saying that, it's kind of not working. Well, whatever. It's less glitchy. As I was saying, the 4 repeater, it has 4 different repeaters, and it's a clock. Works very well the same way as this, but it's slower, because it's basically twice as slow. And this one, I don't know if this works on Bedrock Edition. I know this one does. If you don't know how to activate these, basically on either of them, you would take any kind of redstone power and quickly power it and remove it. As you can see, if I do it too long, then it just stays powered infinitely, which is a little bit weird. But, yeah. So to power this, you just go. And now it has a pulse going through it. So yeah, that one's pretty good. And as you can see, now it's not glitching. I don't really understand that. Alright. So next we have the I don't understand why this works and it doesn't all of the time clock. Yes, that is the official name for it. So basically, as you can see, it, for some reason, is turning on and off. I don't know what's going on here, but basically, this is powering this block. Yeah, now I get it. Okay, so this is powering this block, which then, since this is being powered, this repeater is pulling an output from it, which is powering this block, and this block powers this redstone dust, and this dust inverts the redstone torch, so it turns the whole thing off. Then the redstone torch is supposed to realize that it's not being powered, so it'll turn back on, and etc., etc. This works very well on Bedrock Edition. Apparently not so much on Java. It might just be my computer lag. I don't know. Alright, so this one is the hopper clock, which is the easy hopper clock, and it's also horrible. Basically, the point... Oh, silence. Never mind. Basically, the point is it's taking the output out of this comparator only. And if you throw one item in there, it'll go back and forth between them. And every time it gets in here, it detects it, and then it leaves, so it turns it off. And that's good, but when you want to make it longer, and you throw another one in, it infinitely powers it, which is horrible. So, there's this, which is the harder customizable time hopper clock. Basically, similar concept, but it's powering this, which locks a hopper. So, if I lock this hopper, as you can see, it works. If I take this out, hang on. Since this hopper is locked, if I throw it in here, never mind. Okay. If it goes in here, this one, it's going. They're pointed into each other. If you didn't know that's how that works. They go into each other infinitely. But since it's going in here, I throw an item in here. It goes in here. This one then goes there, okay? Similar concept to that, right? It gets going back and forth and giving us the same, if I throw one in here, it's the same speed because it's just hoppers. Alright? But, if this thing would shut up, if I wanted to make this twice as slow, I could just throw in two items. Sorry. In here. And as you can see, it's much slower. If I threw in another item, it would get even slower. Another item. And then eventually, you can get this to where it... Oh, well... Yeah, eventually you can get this to where it's like, if I were to take everything out of here except bamboo, and then put like, I don't know, this much bamboo in it, it would only activate like every 5 minutes. But, didn't mean to press that, but that is good in some cases, and it's a lot better than the other one for that reason, because you can customize the timing. In this one, you can't. Now, our last hopper clock, which is probably the very fastest, if not the same speed as the first one, but as you can see, this one is a lot less glitchy. Basically, if I just break this for a second, as you can see, actually, hang on. Alright, so as you can see, this observer is not detecting anything. As soon as I place an observer here, it's going to detect that placement, but that is going to make this observer send out a signal because it detected it, plus this one is going to observe that this one is taking out a signal and put out its own, and as they're doing that at the same time, it's actually very fast, and it's really fast, but it's less glitchy. It's keeping its stick on the diamond block the whole time. So that's very good. And you're like, Seth, that's really cool. Okay, the sugarcane, that's great. You can get infinite sticks, or whatever the heck you use bamboo for. You can make an awesome door. You can make another awesome door that's more secret. You can make all these cool clocks. But what are the clocks for, and is it really that useful? Well, let's say you have a friend, right? We'll call them a friend, but we both know that they're not that. And, you know, they're kind of getting on your nerves, and, you kind of want to do something about it. So you know what you do? Instead of just leaving them alone and not doing anything? Well, they go into their house and, yeah. It's going to drive them insane. And, if you want to know how to do this, because I'm sure you do, because that's annoying, let me just... Basically, it's a hopper clock, not a hopper clock, an observer clock, hooked up to a system with 6 doors. And, these are bats. I don't know why they're here. But, I mean, you see the potential here. The only thing is, right, this is 6 doors. 6 measly doors. This could be expanded so far. And, well, each door basically multiplies the sound. So, I'm not telling you to put 1,000,000,000 doors underneath your friend's base, somewhere they'll never find them and eventually just quit Minecraft because of how bad it is. What I'm saying is that this is not pleasant, and if anyone ever did this to me, I would be mad. Very, very angry. So, with that, I just want to say